Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kelly in your next Learn It moment. Everybody, look, eyes up. Here we go. I'm going to show you something that will absolutely transform the way you process material, the way you process content, the way you process any information moving forward. And I'm going to do that right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, stop. That was 5 seconds. 5 seconds can change your life, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kelly. I used to be a teacher in the toughest classrooms in the worst neighborhoods with the most difficult students. And what I learned there changed everything I thought I knew about content creation and delivery. Over the past 25 years, I've taught thousands of students, both in person and online. And what I can tell you is that effective online engagement is the hardest thing you'll ever do without guidance. So I've dedicated this channel to showing people exactly how to capture attention, hold engagement, and create transformation. Every single part of it. I love learning, I love teaching and making an impact, and that's all you're gonna find right here. All right, here we go. If you have read the book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, you will know that one of the most profound things that he says in this book is that the only power that we have in this world is that moment between a stimulus and your response to that stimulus. Said in another way, the only power that you have is how you react to a situation. The action, reaction is the only power that you have, is your decision on how to react to something. Mel Robbins says that that moment is about 5 seconds long, and I tend to agree. Now let's boil this down to, because right now you're probably backpedaling a little bit going, what are you talking about? How does that change my life? Because you are the receiver. You are the one who gets to decide what happens in that 5 seconds, what your reaction is. And that is what changes everything. And it doesn't matter whether you're in a fight. It doesn't matter whether you're in an argument with your spouse. It doesn't matter whether you're in a fight with yourself to get your ass out of bed in the morning. And it doesn't matter if you're implementing a new employee onboarding program. We're all talking about the same 5 seconds. So how does this work? You're in bed. You've decided that you're going to start a workout plan. Monday morning starts at 6 a.m. But guess what? The Oilers played the day before, and you stayed up too late watching the game. Or you just got busy on Netflix and you were binge watching The Good Wife. I don't know what happened, but I do know 6 a.m. came, and you know what you did in that 5 seconds from the time the alarm went off to you reaching over and hitting snooze? You decided not to get out of bed. There in the moment was your only power in this life. You decide what to do. You decide how to react. And so do your students. And so do your business consultant clients. And so does everyone who you're engaging with. They have that moment as well. And you can't make change. You can't create a different understanding until you understand that that moment is power. So how does that work? Okay, so the other day I was consulting with 2 different groups, and they were in incredibly adversarial roles with each other. It was essentially he said, she said, and on. And I brought up the fact that everyone has a perception of things. And your perception is the correct perception for you. But remember, everyone has a different perception. And perception is the only real truth. In this day and age with social media and news and all that garbage that's going on in the world, the only thing that you can really hold on to is whatever truth you think is the truth. And unfortunately, for you in the moment, it is true. Did he say something really rude? Did she flip you off? You know what? Maybe he didn't say anything rude or intending to be rude. It just came across rude. Maybe she didn't flip you off. She wasn't even talking to you. Maybe she was talking to the guy behind you. You never know all of the circumstances until you understand that whatever you're doing is a perception. And this moment in time, in the 5 seconds between the action, the stimulus, and your response or your reaction is where true power comes from. So how do you use this in education? Well, let's say that you're onboarding a new employee. You're bringing a new person into your organization. You're bringing them under your wing, into your division. It doesn't matter. They're coming into your world. Guess what? As soon as that happens, there has to be a cultural education that has to happen. This is how we do things. Anybody ever said those? This is how we do things here. If you've said those words, you are educating on a version of something. You may not even know it. You may not even know you're coaching, educating, training, whatever. It doesn't matter. You are. And the person on the other side of your information, the other side of your content, the other side of your delivery is the one who is in this moment right here. So guess how important the stimulus becomes now. The stimulus, the action, must be presented in a way that reduces the pain, the resistance to create a bad reaction. You knowing that now gives you power on how you can create this moment in space to be as easy and adapting and warm as possible. As a trainer, coach, teacher, consultant, it doesn't matter. You must keep this in mind. When you understand that that moment, the person on the other side is thinking, this is trash. Oh my God, I can't believe I took this. I can't believe I have to work here. These people are so myopic. These people are, remember, that's how people are. People are judgmental. People are creating, they're trying to filter, they're trying to grab things that they can hold on to and make it their own. Understand that. If you put up resistance and say, listen, this is just how we do it, you do it like this or you get out. How do you think that space is going to be filled? Do you think it's going to be like, oh my God, this is awesome? Or do you think there's going to be a negative space for people to then fill with, I can't believe I have to be here? When you start understanding that if you don't help this space become as friendly and relevant and engaging as possible, people will leave you to fill it with somebody who does. And that is the primary driver. Not everybody is going to have that information where they can understand that they have power in that space. Not everybody's going to be able to control how they react. Think of the last time you got into a heated argument with your significant other. You had that space. He, she said something. You're a XYZ. I would have loved to say more, but you're an XYZ. And you're on this side, and you've got 5 seconds to process. I'm an XYZ. That must mean that he hates me, disrespects me, is having an affair, whatever, or he, she, they, it doesn't matter, is feeling very hurt right now, needs extra attention, is in a space where I really need to be understanding. They didn't hear me, or I'm not being, or they're not feeling like they're heard. Do you understand how powerful that space is to be able to respond now? Because the next space, guess what? You're about to react, right? That then moves you to phase 1 where you are the new stimulus and they are the reaction. And when you understand it's like stimulus, space, reaction. Stimulus, space, reaction. And that's our communication sequence. That's our learning sequence. And if you can't take that information and make it contextually relevant for the person in a warm, engaging, and inviting way, they will move on to somebody else who will. Assignment today, my friends. Start to understand the stimulus response reaction time. Go out there and look and consider that in the morning. I would challenge every single one of you to set your alarm clock for 4:45 and pick one thing to do that must be done before 5:15. When that alarm goes off, understand you are in that space. You are in that space. It's you against you. You made the stimulus. You are about to make a reaction. How you make this reaction will mold your life. All right, my friends, go out there, make a difference, and start implementing some new cool education in your plans.